The following is a lecture on the topic Teachings of Rishabh Dev, given by Shriman KratuDas Adhikari, recorded in August 2019 in Croatia, Europe.
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम Canto 5, Chapter 5, in which Lord Rishabhadev is giving his transcendental knowledge to his sons. So we will discuss and read through, try to accomplish whole chapter if we can. Thank you. So Lord Rishabhadev is one of the Sakti-Avesh avatar of Lord Sri Krishna, and he is giving instruction to his sons here. So he was trying to retire at early age, and he, in his instruction, he is trying to tell his 99th son to follow Bharat Maharaj, who is the eldest out of 100. So, because Bharat Maharaj was very saintly and above Brahmins, a pure Vaishnava, so he is asking teaching his sons to follow Bharat Maharaj. So that's the essence of this chapter. So in very first verse, he is saying that Nayam Deho Deha Bhajam Nruloke Kastan Kaman Arhati Vidpujam E Tapodivyam Putraka Ena Suddhena Asmat Brahma Sokhyam Tva Anantam. Brahma Sokhyam Tva Anantam. There are different kind of happiness, and topmost happiness is Brahma Sokhyam, spiritual happiness, born out of serving Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna and his devotees. Actually, he is trying to establish serving devotees. He is instructing his sons to serve devotees of the Lord, pure devotees of the Lord. So he is saying, Nayam Deho Deha Bhajam Nruloke Kastan Kaman Arati Vidpujam E. That the happiness born out of Kaman, sense gratification, happiness born out of gratifying our senses is tuchya, is very abominable. It's not happiness actually. So then why take trouble, kastam? Why take trouble to get that kind of happiness by gratifying senses? Rather, and then he says, this kind of happiness, born out of sensual happiness, is even enjoyed by stool eater animals like hogs and dogs. Vid pujam means stool eating animals like hogs and dogs. So even they have such happiness born out of sensual pleasure, sense gratification. So what is the use of being a human being who has higher understanding than these stool eating animals? Nayam Deho Deha Bhajam Nruloke. And this kind of happiness is available in every life. Nuluki kastan kaman. Why take kastan? Why take trouble for gratifying senses? Dusparena analinacha. The more you gratify your senses, the more it demands. So there is no end to it. And it is enjoyed by all these stool-eating animals. Rather, you should do tapodivyam putraka yena suddhyena smad brahma sokhyam tvanantam. Rather, you should strive to enjoy Brahma Sukha. Brahma Sukha means spiritual happiness, spiritual bliss, born out of serving Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Because you are all exalted, you should not endeavor for this material sense gratification. You should strive for spiritual happiness, Brahma Sukhyam Tvanantam. Brahma Sukha. Brahma Sukha is Anantam, Ananta, endless, and increases forever. Spiritual happiness definition is that it stays forever and increases forever. That happiness. Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrit Swadanam. Vardhanam, spiritual happiness, stays forever and increases forever. So that is Brahma Sokhyam Tva Anantam. And material happiness stays for very, very fraction of a moment, or it may be little more than some moments. But then it drastically finishes and drastically declines. And for that much happiness, you have to work whole life, practically. 25 years of college, then lucky if you can get some job by begging door to door, please keep me your servant, give me some service. Prabhupada says begging. So that is material happiness, striving for material happiness. So he is saying to his sons, Tapodivyam, perform austerity. Austerity definition is that voluntarily taking trouble to please Krishna is called tapa. Not that kind of tapa where you put your fire on your head, fire around you, and you just, that's not tapa. Or taking cold bath in winter below zero. It's not tapa. Divya tap should be divya. Tapa means only to please Krishna and his devotees. You perform some austerity, voluntarily taking some trouble. Is called tapa. So tapo divyam, divya tap. Only for Lord and his devotees. Only to please Lord and his devotees. Whatever you do, even though you don't like to do, but you do to please to them, is called tapa. So tapo divyam putraka yena suddhyena asmat brahma sokhyam. Then you will have brahma sokhyam. Then you can have spiritual happiness, which lasts forever and increases forever. So don't engage yourself into this sense gratification. Kastan kaman arati vidbhujami. Rather you should perform austerity to please Lord and his devotees. So that's the first sloka. I'm not going to go detail. Otherwise, this sloka in itself is quite we can talk about it. But I'll just brush through the whole chapter if I may. So then second sloka, he is explaining his son that how you can come to this Brahma Sokyam Tva Anantam, how you can enjoy spiritual bliss. So spiritual bliss, he is saying that you have to start with Mahat Seva. You have to start with serving pure devotees. That's where the spiritual life begins. Srila Rupa Goswami says one has to take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master and then serve him. Not just take shelter, but then serve him. Ado Guru Pada Asraya, Krishna Dikshadi Sikshanam, Vishrambena Guru Seva. Serve him. Vishram, without doubt, one must serve exalted Vaishnava spiritual master. So then he said, Mahat Sevam Varam Ahur Vimukte. He says, service to pure devotees, Mahat Seva. Service to pure devotees, Varam Ahur Vimukte, is the gateway to the liberation. Liberation is not those five liberation, Sasti, Sarupya, Sanidhya, Sasti, Sarupya, Sanidhya, Salokya, Sayujya, not those liberation. Mukti hitva anyatha rupam swarupena vyavasthiti. The real liberation means one should fix himself into his Swarupa. Swarupa. And our real Swarupa is to serve Krishna. Jivera Swarupa hoy, Krishnera Nityadas. The real mukti, the real liberation is not these five. The real liberation is to serve Krishna and his pure devotees. Mukti itva anyatha rupam Swarupena Vyavasthiti. We have to sthita in our Swarupa. And real Swarupa is that we are Krishna Nityadas. Not to go into detail of Swarup, Siddha Swarup, but we have to get fixed up in spiritual platform. So that is Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahur Vimukte. Serving pure devotees is the real liberation. Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahur Vimukte. Tamodvaram Yosita Sangi Sangam. And then Alice Gati, Alice destination is if one becomes or one try to associate with Yosita Sangi Sangam. Yosita means female or male for one another. Yosita means Stri, a woman. Sangi, one who is interested in sense gratification. One who is interested in woman, that is Yosita, Sangi Sangam. So if you associate with those kind of people who are only interested in sense gratification, honey and money, that is their interest. So if you associate Tamodvaram, Yosita Sangi Sangam, so you go to the hellish planet, Tamodvar. Tamodvar means hellish planet. So you enter into hellish planet. Tamodvaram Yosita Sangi Sangam. And Mahat Seva Dvaram Ahur Vimukte. And if you serve pure devotees, Mahat Seva, Sadhu Seva, Vaishnava Seva, Sadhu Sangha. I have written a book called Sadhu Sangha, very beautiful book. So we have to serve devotees. So Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahur Vimukte Tamodvaram Yosita Sangi Sangam Mahantaste Samachitta Prasanna Prasanta. And this Mahan, these Mahatmas, they are Samachitta, Samdarsh. They are equipoised to everyone. And Prashanta, they are ever happy, blissful. Prashanta, Sant, Asantasya Kuto Sukham. One who is peaceful, he can derive eternal happiness. Asantasya Kuto Sukham. So Mahatma are Prashanta, Santa, Prasanta. They are peaceful, not only peaceful, but they are eternally peaceful, or they are most peaceful. Prashanta. Vimanyava Sruda Sadhavoye. And they are Sruhud Satam. They are the friend of all living entity, well-wishing friend of all living entity. Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Sadhu Marganugamanam. Fourth sadhana bhakti, Rupa Goswami says, Sadhu Marganugamanam. We should follow the footsteps of previous acharyas or serve them. By that service to Mahatma, we go to the higher understanding. Masvira Dharama Vimukte Tamodvaram Oshita Sangi Sangam. So we have to serve the sadhus. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Koi, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. So I'll go to text 3, hopping over these slokas, not to go in so much detail. This Sadhu Sangha book, I don't think I have it here, but it's a very beautiful book. Anybody has seen that book? No?
Last time we bought.
We bought here? Yeah. Anyway, we'll bring it next time. It's on internet also. Beautiful book. So, we have to, in that book I have described who is sadhu. That's the first chapter. Who is sadhu? So, sadhu means one has to be a devotee of Krishna. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, who is sadhu? Sadhu reva samantavya samyak vevasito hi saha. That is my mantavya, that is my opinion, that one who worships me undivided, one who worships me ekantik, or one who worships me alone. So he says that apichetsu duracharo bhajate mam ananyabhak, undivided, ananyabhak. In another word, ekantik bhakta of Krishna, only Krishna and no one else. So apichetsu duracharo bhajate mam ananyabhak, sadhu reva samantavya. He is sadhu, that is my opinion. One who worships me alone, ekantik bhakta, ananyabhak, anya, not others but me. One who worships me alone, thinking that I am Supreme Personality of Godhead, is sadhu. He may have done some mistakes here and there, or not that repeatedly or anything, but accidentally he may have made some mistake. Apichetsu duracharo. But if he is worshipping me, apichetsu duracharo bhajate mam ananyabhak. Ananya bhakti. Anya. Ananya bhakti means Narad Muni is describing Ananya bhakti as Anya asraya parityago ananyata. Anya asraya parityago ananyata. And if I go to the Sadhu Sangha book, it will be end of the lecture. But that is sadhu. Ananyata. Ananyata means anya asray parityaga. One who is ananya bhakta of Krishna is not dependent on anything. Clothing, house, insurance, food, then what to talk about anything else. He is only dependent on Krishna. Krishna will provide. Krishna is my guardian. Krishna is my protector. Krishna can do whatever he'd like to do with me. Aslishyava padaratam pinastumam adarsanat marmahatam karotuva yathatatava vidadhatu lampato mat prananathastu sayava para. Ananya bhakta. This is ananyata. Not dependent on anything except Krishna. That is ananya bhakti. So he is called sadhu. Sadhu reva samantavya. That is my opinion, that he is a sadhu. So such sadhus we have to serve. Mat seva dvaram ahur vimukte tamo dvaram yosita sangi sangam. So we have to give up the company of those who are interested in yosita sangha. Yosita sangha means sense gratification. We have to give up their company. So slok sankhya 3 is eva mai se kruto sohardya sahurudarthya janesu deha bar vartikeshu gruhesu jayatma jarati matsu na pritiyukta yavad arthas loke na priti artha. He is not interested in gehesu jaya atma jarati matsu. Those who are interested in reviving Krishna consciousness and increasing their love for Godhead do not like to do anything that is not related to Krishna. So he is always engaged in Krishna consciousness. He is not interested in anything else. Only activities in Krishna consciousness. And they are not interested in mingling with people who are busy maintaining their body, eating, sleeping, mating and defending. So Krishna's devotees are not interested in mingling with worldly minded people who are interested in eating, sleeping, mating and defending. They are not attached to their homes, although they may be householders. So, a householder, Krishna conscious householder, doesn't have to be poor. Whatever Krishna provides, he takes that and uses it in Krishna's service, maintaining Krishna conscious family, worshipping, giving extra money to Krishna consciousness, movement to spread Krishna consciousness. So, these sadhus are only interested in maintaining body and soul together, not beyond that. They are not attached to their homes, although they may be householder. They are not attached to their homes, although they may be householders, nor are they attached to wives, children, friends or wealth. No attachment to worldly thing. No attachment to house, wife, children, friends. At the same time, they are not indifferent to the execution of their duties. A householder will execute his duty, maintain his family, children, not dump everything. But Krishna conscious way, he can maintain but not get attached, over attached. He only outwardly Narad Muni says to Yudhishthira Maharaj, outwardly he says, I love you, to wife, children, I love you, my dear, I love you, my dear. But inside, in the heart, he says, no, I don't love you, I love only Krishna. Become duplicitous. Narad Muni is saying, Yudhishthira Maharaj, to become duplicitous to householders. Inwardly, I love only Krishna. Outwardly, I love you, I hug you. But inwardly, one must get attached to Krishna. Thank you. Nor are they attached to wife, children, friends, and wealth. At the same time, they are not indifferent to the execution of their duties. Such people are interested in collecting only enough money to keep the body and soul together. So, devotees, they are not interested in just making money and hoarding it, bank balance or whatever. Whatever Krishna gives, they use in Krishna's service, and they are not interested in collecting money, only to keep the body and soul together, family together, and the rest he spends in Krishna consciousness. His spending to maintain family is also Krishna conscious. So such householders, he is saying in text 4, he says, Nunam pramatta kurute vikarmo yat indriya pritiya apanoti na sadhu manye yat atmanuyam asannapicha klesada asadeha nunam pramatta. Indeed, he is pramatta. Pramatta means mad. Pramatta, unmat, mad, intoxicated. Pramatta means intoxicated. When somebody drinks or uses high drugs, he becomes pramatta, intoxicated. He loses his intelligence. He loses his balance. He loses himself. He lies down and as if he's dead. That is pramatta. Matta, then pramatta means he is almost intoxicated and lying down on the side of the street, footpath. That is pramatta. Matta may be in the house, and pramatta is lying down in the street. He's totally intoxicated, no consciousness of anything else. He has lost his consciousness. So, Nunam pramatta kurute vikarma. Such materialistic people, they pramatta, indeed they are intoxicated with material energy, and then kurute vikarma, and they do all kind of nonsense. Kurute, they are doing vikarma, nonsense. They are always engaged in nonsense activity. And what is that nonsense activity? Indriya pritaya atmanoti. Yad indriya pritiya apanoti. That sense gratification is the only goal of life. That is pramatta. That is intoxicated. And out of all senses, the tongue is most voracious. This all starts with tongue. Tongue, then more demand of tongue means belly. And then it comes out from genital. All three in line. And that's why Rupa Goswami says, Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam, jihva vegam udar upastha. Jihva, udara and upastha. All three in line. So, Talmadya jivati lobhamay sudurmati. And Lobamai is this tongue is very voracious. Tongue says yes and belly says no. That is the big belly means Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says big belly. He did not like big belly devotees. He did not like them. Big belly means eating too much and sleeping too much. That's a big belly. So that is what Yat Indriya Pritaya Apanoti. Gratifying senses. Tongue, nose, ear, eyes, skin. Skin means sex. So, Yat Indriya Pritya Apanoti. These people, materialistic people, are interested only in sense gratification. Na sadhu manye yat atmanoyam. They are not the sadhus. Na sadhu manye atmanoyam. Asana picha asada. No, asana api kleshada asadeha. So this sense gratification is nothing but kleshada. Klesha means dukh, means distresses. Da means giver. So this sense gratification is nothing but giving us all kind of distresses. So a saintly person, sadhu, na sadhu manye. Na sadhu manye. Sadhus are not interested in this kind of life. When a person considers sense gratification the aim of life, he certainly becomes mad after materialistic living and engages in all kinds of sinful activity. He does not know that due to his past misdeed, he has already received a body which, although temporary, is the cause of his misery. Actually, the living entity should not have taken on a material body, but he has been awarded the material body for sense gratification. Therefore, I think it not befitting an intelligent man to involve himself again in the activities of sense gratification, by which he perpetually gets material body one after another. Due to sense gratification, he gets perpetually, one after another, forever, perpetually, he gets material body and suffers just because of sense gratification. Dusparena analinucha. The senses are burning like fire. Sense gratification demands more and more. Just like fire, if you put fuel into the fire thinking that it will get satisfied with this much fuel, but then it will be blazing again. And put more fuel, more blazing fire, more. So same thing with senses. The more sense gratification you give to the senses and mind, the more they will demand. And there will be no end to their demand for sense gratification. So one must come to an intelligent platform to stop these demands and give them positive demand, Krishna conscious demand. Give them not to stop the sensual pleasure. We have to stop the material sensual pleasure, and which can enable us to increase the spiritual sensual pleasure. So we have to engage our senses in positive way, in a Krishna conscious way. So this is sadhu. Sadhu knows that material sense gratification will bind me. to more distresses. And devotee knows if I can just control a little, not whole lot, just a little, control my senses and sense gratification, then it will lead me to Ahur Vimukti. That will lead me to the highest spiritual platform where there is nothing but highest pleasure, nothing but ever increasing pleasure. So that's what we should be striving. Nunam pramatta kurute vikarmo yat indriya pritaya apanoti na sadhu manya yat atmanoyam asanapi cha asanapi klesada asadeha. So 10 minutes left, maybe 4 sloka we did, so we can stop here and discuss a little. So any discussion, question, comment, sanka, samadhan, sawal, sanka, samadhan?
Actually, I have a question.
Yes.
In the very beginning of your lecture, you made a comment about a person wastes 25 years of his life to get an education, and then he goes begging for a job. I think that's a little bit harsh to say, and it kind of minimizes that a person should actually receive any education. I think it's very important for young devotees too, young children of devotee families too, to get a good education. So I kind of did not
like it.
like it.
Like it or not. So we should be practical.
Yes.
So in today's day and age, children should go to the school. We're saying not that they should remain ignorant, fools, but at the same time, after going to this system of education that is existing, it is not turning them to spiritual life.
That's individual.
So that is pathetic.
Not necessarily. Someone, I know lots of children, or devoted children.
How many percentage of
I don't know.
one school, suppose it has 1,000 children, say?
I'm not interested in lots of people. I'm giving you that. Yes, it is a possibility that we have children who do go to good universities and get a good degree, and they are still devotees, and they go and get good jobs, and they are still devotees.
I agree with you, Mataji. Yes. You are devotee, I am devotee. We have to think in terms of Prabhupada's teachings and Krishna's teaching.
Absolutely.
So what will make living entity have a bliss, material or spiritual?
Absolutely.
We have to give them, we have to give them some balanced education, spiritual as well as material.
Absolutely.
But you go to any school, any college, all they're teaching you is make money, have a honey, and then have a sense gratification. That's education.
The thing is that we are living in a material world, and we have to educate our children
to become fools and rascals?
Absolutely not.
So that's what they are. Prabhupada says these schools and colleges are slaughterhouses.
But what
Probably said that.
Slaughterhouses.
Yes.
the thing is, as you said, there has to be a balance.
Right. That's what I said.
Hence, and I said the same thing. Your comment was not balanced, which is why I commented.
What can I say? How can I balance my comment if it is the school across is giving zero spiritual education?
Because when we are going to these universities and colleges, you are getting an education. Please, I'll try
to maintain body and soul together and have lots of sense gratification.
No, not necessarily. You don't have to do it for sense gratification.
Mataji, you are right. But what they are, all the schools and colleges, Is there any touch of spiritual life, spiritual
They are
education?
not going to those schools and colleges to learn spirituality. They are going to the schools and
What is the use?
Can I say something? Prabhupada exactly said in the book, first thing they teach you when you go to university and colleges that you're not spiritual soul, you're this body. That's the first thing they teach you.
Right.
That teaching it leads to the sense gratification.
Right. And sense gratification is not the goal of our life. Yes. Let him. We heard you, Mataji, and you are one of us. Please don't. We are discussing this, okay? You raise.
But it's saying, you talk about, Prabhupada talks about it, the best use of this material body is for spiritual education.
Yes.
No question about it. We all know that.
Yes.
So, and you're right, because every single educational institution does not teach one drop
Of spiritual life.
And what they will teach you is you will only be successful if you have a nice job, you get a nice position in society. But actually, this is not a sign of success whatsoever. The most successful person in this world, they can have basic education, which is fine. They can learn read. So if someone learns to read and write, or not even, but is a Mahatma, that is more successful than any material education. So yes, we say we need to live in this material world, but actually this material was temporary as well. Why waste our time?
Yes.
Unless it comes naturally anyway, because Krishna will turn 21 on karma, we'll get what we deserve anyway. This happens anyway.
Human, yeah.
Sitting here, I don't see the big difference between the point you say and Prabhuji say.
Yes.
There is a link.
Yes.
Prabhuji said, when he said that quote, it is for pure materialistic people without any spiritual knowledge.
Yes.
For devotees, you are absolutely right. Prabhupada never said, even the previous verse also, it is said that they do their work. Isn't it?
Yes.
So for devotees, yes, we send to the school, but we give them spiritual education. But purely those people who are going to school or college only for the material gain, it is going to be waste. So
Waste and distressful.
So yes, so you both are right. So yes, it's for devotees, yes, we do send. And Prabhupada had schools, isn't it? Prabhupada said at schools, we don't only give material education, but we do give spiritual education along with the material education. That's it. That's the balance. Yeah.
Prabhupada had many disciples who were very intelligent, and he encouraged them to go to higher education, but not because we live in the material world. They send them to universities so they can preach. So the goal shouldn't be, we're living in the material world, so we have to educate our children. But if they have the propensity, then they go to work or university, and later they use that knowledge to explain it to the intelligent class of people, Krishna consciousness.
Absolutely correct, which is why my comment when I'm saying we live in the material world was not because we are living to progress in the material world. My comment is that if we have to preach to people, we have to know where they're coming from, and so your education is important to do exactly what you're saying. I totally agree with everything you say. However, the comment as it came across in the lecture I would say, come across to a lot of people who don't understand as, it's not really quite correct. So the comment was not balanced, is what my comment was. I agree with what you're saying, and I agree with everyone what I think. It just came across not balanced.
It is the context, actually.
I heard Prabhupada say the same sentence what Prabhupada said.
Okay. Summarizing, please, only 3 minutes left. I'm summarizing. Education is not bad. Brahman means education. But education meant to sa vidya ya vimuktaye. The education vidya is meant to give us spiritual bliss. Material bliss, liquor, honey and money is not going to bring bliss. You have seen this society today. They are after honey and money and they are suffering like anything. You have seen it. Maybe your children are very sanskari and cultured and you have put all energy into them. All glories to you and children. But most of the society is trained to have lots and lots of sense gratification. All amenities coming out, TV, internet and phones and whatnot. If all broadcasting spiritual knowledge, the whole society will become totally blissful and peaceful and happy and unlimitedly happy. But have you seen how much spiritual thing is in these things and how many material things is in there? There is no balance. Is there any balance? So that's where the education is going. So that's what we are saying. Education meant to liberate us. Sa vidyaya vimuktaye avidya kama samnaya. Queen Kunti is saying that you came, Krishna comes to, let me see if I can recall quite. Queen Kunti is saying, avidya kama karma bhi. Avidya kama karma bhi. And on avidya, Prabhupada is giving lasting lecture. Only avidya on that sloka. If you read that prayers of Queen Kunti book and his lecture, avidya kama karma bhi. People are only interested in avidya and kam. Vidya for kam. Kam means lust. They are interested in vidya, want to have a vidya for lust. And that's why, my dear Lord, you have advent, so that people can sravanam, smaranam, arthe. That sloka, Queen Kunti's sloka. You can see that Chakrini is singing this sloka very beautifully on internet if you see. So avidya is where this, you see, I don't have to tell you much. The result of present day education is honey and money. If somebody is telling all students that you do go to education but you won't have these two things, honey and money, will anybody will go to school and college? Nobody. But you say you go to the school and college, only you will get how to serve Krishna and his pure devotees and engage in devotional service. How many people will go to the college or school? So that's what this education is. In our time, at least, there was few poems and few chapter where there was righteousness was described. Some how it is righteous. Lobe is no good, kam is no good, grapes are sour. So hitopadesh, indirectly they are telling you about Krishna consciousness. And directly also in our time there was directly Krishna conscious songs and Krishna conscious, so many stories also. And my parents, for example, they have read me the Bhagavatam and Mahabharata, and they have put culture into children. But nowadays culture is starting from very beginning, kindergarten 1, A, B, C, D, C, F, G, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and no spiritual education of any kind, by which material education will make them more mad. That sloka, Nunam Pramatya Kurute Vikarmo. Very sloka. Nunam Pramatya Kurute Vikarmo. Yad Indriya Pritaya Aparnoti. Na sadhu manye. That is not sadhu. Na sadhu manye. It will not do good to you anything. Na sadhu manye means it will never do anything good to you if you get into yat indriya pritaya apanoti, sense gratification. If you get into sense gratification, that's the goal of your life. Na sadhu manye. It will never give you happiness. So this is what I am saying in my So they should go to school. 25 years is a brahmachari, an education. It is given in our culture. Brahmachari, then become grahastha. But the education should be how to become grahastha, how to earn money, how to spend money, how to elevate your family, how to elevate yourself. So that's the education. So other things will come. Money will come as much as karma you have or as much as you deserve, money will come. Automatically it will come. Everything will come if you have proper education and proper culture, Krishna conscious culture. So that's why only few of us will save the whole earth planet. Only one pure devotee can save unlimited earthly planet. Prabhupada can save, and so on. Jesus Christ can save, Muhammad can save, so many can save. Only one. But that spiritual education must be center of the society.